in the hall with y'all from Baltimore. Hey! Man, I want to drop this on y'all. In the hall. From Baltimore. Hey! You know what it is. Man, look, check this out, man. I was watching this show called American Greed. And, it tripped me out because they was embezzling money. The guy working at the church found a way how to, some kind of way, put the checks in because they wasn't checking it and, this, that, and the other, right? And it made me laugh for the simple fact it took me back 20, 30 years back, man. You know what I mean? Statute of limitations is up, plus, you know what I mean? They didn't charge me for nothing anyway. So I was working for the city, man. I had worked for the city I was in my early 20s, 21. I had worked part-time as a guard and as a porter for maybe 2-3 years, man, part-time. Then I got hired on full-time. So my mother worked there. She had already had 10 or 15 years in by then. So she was known up there. Then they knew me from working there. That's how I started working there. I worked in a restaurant there. I worked every part of the museum that you could work, man. And man, it was so funny, man, because I got to thinking about the shit that I did, right? You know what I mean? When they say embezzling the money, right? You know what I mean? I got laid off. That's when they said, if y'all remember, about 30 years ago, the budget cuts were coming up. So they were laying people off, man. And it's so long ago. Hold on. Get your sanitizer. Get your sanitizer. It was so long ago, man. It was back when I think Ronald Reagan or somebody like that was in there. You know what I mean? So, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay. I can't complain. Ain't no need.
Oh, that's good. Have a blessed one, all right?
You too. Your hair look nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I was got laid off, man, all because I came in. Maybe the white guy came in, turned his paperwork in before me. That's when you had to go down on Green Street, take your physical, cross from University Hospital and all that. Me bullshitting around, doing a bunch of other shit. I got back, brought my paperwork right after him, and so he got hired technically before me. So the 3 people that got laid off, if I'd have brought them papers in before his white ass, I wouldn't have got laid off. But that's another story. But that's how we do bullshitting around for something that's important, procrastinating. That's why I don't procrastinate no more. So we took in, I put in, my man took me down to a job he was going to do. My man Aaron and shit, so we gets down there. I don't never take nobody to a job interview with me unless I know I got the job, and then I tell you about it. He takes me down there, right? So, cause he think, cause he in college or he been to college. He thought he was gonna get the job and I didn't have a chance. But he didn't know that the job was for a porter, and I had did 2 years as a porter at the museum, right? You know what I mean? And worked for the city and all that. So actually my resume was kind of better than his. I was more qualified for that position as a garage porter. So I got hired, he didn't. He was like, how the fuck old nigga down there, get hired, this, that, and the other. That's when, cause I moved up Urban Avenue, and I met him up there, and he thought coming from, cause I used to take him down Greenmount, which he got addicted to that. He loved it going down there, cause it was something different. But anyway, I gets the job. So now I'm working down there at Harbor Court Hotel, And, you know, the projects and stuff before they tore them down was right around near the harbor. So it was a girl named Cheryl. She used to do the garage as the cars come down, the parking garage. So I was cleaning up all in the building and all in the garage and stuff like that. So the porter had to relieve the cashier for their lunch break. So she wanted to go up the projects and get her stuff and do what she had to do. So she showed me how to work the register, and she showed me also how to get a few dollars out of there. So she could take all her time on her break and I don't say nothing. So, I'm getting like $30, $40. She gone for like 2 hours. I ain't mind. I'm getting like $30, $40 a day. Extra money. That's cool. So then they needed somebody to work as cashier on the weekend. Since I already knew how to do it, and see, back then, I would work 7 days a week. That's how I got the job with the city at the museum. I was working 3 hours a day, part-time, but I was working 7 days a week just to make my check add up to a little something. When you 20 and you get a $300 check, living with your mother, you all right. So I'm switching her for the cashier. So now I'm cashier on the weekend, 7 days a week, 5 days a porter, 2 days cashier. Man, I get up in there, the cash thing is broke. I'm turning their ass up, man. I mean, I'm embezzling. I didn't know at the time that was embezzlement. When you switching paperwork around to squeeze money out of a company, that's embezzlement. Even though statute of limitations is way up on that, it's embezzlement. So that's what made me look at the show and laugh and shit. When you say, what make them keep doing it? It's greed. That's why the show American Greed is greed. And the greed and the other things I was doing kept me having to get that money every day. I wasn't even cashing my paychecks, man. You know what I mean? I'm coming out there with $150 Saturday, $150 Sunday, and like $50 on a weekday from relieving her. So I'm getting $300 on the weekend and maybe $300 during the week. I'm getting $500-$600 a week off of them. So I ain't even cashing my paychecks, man. Putting them in the bank, saving. So always was good with saving. So saving, man. The fat guy Kevin, I used to wonder why he was in the office so much. Jerry curl nigga, big fat Biggie Smalls nigga had an Audi back then, and he had the little young fly girls coming down there with him. I'm like, this nigga paying for pussy. He used to be in that office, man. Before I got really down with what was, he used to be in that office going over that paperwork. Cause see, you gotta leave something for him to take, because then he'll get suspicious. You know what I'm saying? If you don't, you gotta let some of the cards go through as they is, and you gotta, that's where you can't be greedy. You gotta, leave him something. He in there going through the tickets like a motherfucker, switching them around, because this is what happened. The thing was broke, so when a valet come down, you have a valet card. If this ticket come through and it's $50, it ring up on the side $50. They give me $50. I press the E key. It voids it out, make the ticket 0, but you still see the hours on there. So when the hours is 4 and it's some certain amount of hours per a certain amount of money per hour, you might have a $6 ticket that you done charge somebody $50 for. So you put the valet on there for the $4 and you keep the 46 for yourself. I'm trying to explain it to y'all how it works, but you doing tickets for like not as high as that, but you get what I'm saying. So bam. So the paperwork could be right. You gotta sit in there, because once you drop it in the safe, you can't go back and get it. So you gotta sit in there after your shift and go over and make sure it's right. But me rushing in American greed, you know what I'm saying? Had my man down there coming to get me. I started rushing on the paperwork. So then one lady came down there, and I ain't meet my quota. So I had people waiting for me. So I was like, damn, I only made $70, 75. I need to at least make 100. So a ticket come out for 50 some dollars, man. And I charged that lady $56 for that ticket. She was like, oh my God, 56 did whatever, whatever. But she paid it. So I was like, okay, cool. You know what I mean? But when she came back Monday morning, I come and see her in there. He charged me, there's the guy right there, and all this shit. And Kevin went in the safe and go through my paperwork. Now I done switched the ticket and made it like a $12 ticket or a $4 ticket instead of 56, and then kept the $50. So he looking for the ticket, they can't find it, but they can't find where I done something fucked up. Cause the camera pointing at you, it don't point to the car, so I could have said, she ain't even come through, you know what I'm saying? So, but they knew that she wouldn't lie, I guess, because she was white, you know what I mean? So, what they did, they took me up in the office, right? After he couldn't find the $56 ticket, they kept saying, we know you done something, we got you on camera. Me being from a hood, nigga, you got to show me where you got me on camera doing something wrong. You can't just keep interrogating me and telling me, because now I know you lying, you ain't got shit. So I'm still going against it. I ain't do it. So then he said, embezzlement from the company, either you gonna resign or we gonna call the police now and press charges. Soon as they said charges, and I had started accumulating, a little petty locked up here and there for a little bullshit. I was like, I resign. So that way I was saying I was guilty without saying I was guilty. You know what I'm saying? But, it reminded me of that whole situation, man. That's why I say I don't speak on things that I don't know. I talk from experience. It's therapy for me. I know I never put this out there like that or whatever, but people who know me, they know certain stories because I done told them. That shit was 30 years ago. I'm a changed man. I don't do those kind of things no more. I was young and I was using my gifts to do the wrong things. And that's what made me laugh, because that's how most guys get a lot of time and get caught embezzling and all that shit, because you're young and you think that money is power and that you're not going to get caught. You think you're smarter than motherfuckers, so you think you done got it made. And then once you get money, once you stop, why keep on going? It was other reasons why I kept on going, but I ain't got to get into all of that. But I kept going, man. You know what I'm saying? Until I made that, I should have let that lady go past, charged her the right amount for the ticket, and bam. But God make everything happen, because I could have got caught doing something bigger and went to jail for it. So that was my embezzlement story, y'all. I told you I done did it all, been there, done it all in the hall with y'all from Baltimore. That's my embezzlement story. Hey!